Project, and we're looking at Transformers Siege Shockwave, which is a leader class. Now, it doesn't look like a leader class, which is weird, because he looks more like a voyager, but he is a leader, and I'll explain why he's considered a leader, even though he shouldn't be. But let's get him off the stand and let's take a better look at it. Now, the sculpting and painting on this figure is not too bad. I did customize parts of my own, like some chrome on the sides, on the ears, and in the arms, and also on his abdomen, just to make him a little more G1 in a little way. But he is pretty nice. He's not too bad. And he's probably, in my opinion, the best representation of G1 Shockwave that we've had from like a main line since like the actual original G1 figure. Cause it's so perfect. He has the backpack, he has the hose, he's just too good. And he has like a weird shade of purple on him. Like in some ways it kind of looks bluish, but it's definitely purple. I'll get my light in here on it. Yeah, I don't know if you can see if it's like, it looks better off camera than it does in camera, but let's take a look at some of the details on him. So he has a clear chest, but there's some sculpted detail on the inside of the chest, and he's just detailed all the way through. It looks amazing. All the etching stuff into him. His backpack is pretty hollow for transformation, but yeah, it's not too bad. And his headlight has really good light piping too, so it looks like his eye is glowing up, which is sick. And the reason I said it's a Voyager because he comes with all this junk, all of that. So yeah, it's just a lot of junk, but all this can be used to give him upgrades. So I'm just gonna, I kind of have it like in a glider kind of configuration, because you you can like basically do anything you want with these extra pieces. Like, if I can even get them on there, but there's 1 foot. Like, you kind of get the idea. I gave him like a flying glider kind of thing, but let's use them for actually what they're supposed to be used for instead of my own little silly goofy design. So I'm just gonna take these apart and show you what you can do with them. So let's just get these all apart and everything. So with this piece, this piece is mainly used for his like weird kind of spaceship jet mode, but he does have a secret alt mode, which a lot of G1 fans will love, which I'll show off here in a second. But what you can do with this is, I got this on the right way, and make sure these are spin that like this, just so they're up, and you can pretty much just kind of put this in here, and there's these little pegs right here that all go into the ports right there, and you just kind of get those in, and a little easier said than done. Goes on there, and you can have it on his big backpack, and that just gives him a bigger backpack for some reason. And then with these pieces, just have these like little extra ray gun arms. So on this side, there's a peg right there. He has ports in his shoulders right there. You kind of just, you're supposed to, there we go. It's just stuck, but you just kind of snap those into the ports like that. Straighten that arm, And same thing with the other side. Just snap it on. That one went on a little easier. That gives them 4 arms, because why not? And these pieces you can pretty much place wherever. You can place them on there, or the instructions tell you do is you just plug them to the ports at the bottom of his feet, and it gives him a little extra height. It's pretty weird. I don't fully understand why they would just not make him a Voyager, and maybe just, you know, not give him this stuff. And, you know, maybe he could beat the Voyager price point, because I don't know about you, but I don't think that's worth $50. But, you know, me being me, it's my favorite character, and I'll spend whatever I can to get my favorite characters. Oh, sorry, camera shaking. And you can also flip these fins up if you don't want them up, like down. You just have them on hinges, so you can like make, I guess, a cleaner look. I mean, it's cool to have like these extra little parts, and you could kind of make the assumption that, you know, Shockwave is a scientist, so he probably like made this for battle. It's like a battle suit kind of thing, but you know, it should have been a Voyager. I mean, I didn't spend $50 on it. I got it off eBay for like $35. But yeah, it's not too bad. So let's just take all these extra bits off. We don't need that. Ah, damn. We don't need that for... I keep hitting. Sorry about that. These parts are kind of a little tight. I don't really like using them. I just like displaying him as he is, because this is my second favorite look for Shockwave, aside from the Bayverse movies, because I grew up on the Bayverse, but I also did watch G1. So yeah, let's get into some articulation here. So his arm with the hose can go back pretty much all the way around, actually, which is, but you know, the hose gets stuck. You can take the hose out. That's more for, you know, transformation and stuff, but you can do it. His arm can hinge out. He has a bicep swivel. He has a bend at the elbow. And this gun arm can rotate. And his arm can go all the way up, actually, but that's for transformation. His head is on a ball joint, so it can, I'm sorry, you can't see. It can twist around like that. That's how far it looks down, and that's how far you can look up. And same thing on the other arm, pretty much. Bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, and can this hand turn? Okay, yes it can. Hang does rotate. He has a waist swivel, which is kind of surprising. They don't usually do that sometimes. His leg can kick forward that far. Get the arm out of the way. Can kick forward that far. Can kick back that far, so he has really good leg range. And of course, leg can go out like that. He can do perfect splits. He has a thigh cut, a ratcheted knee, and ankle pivot. So now the articulation is out of the way. Let's get on down to transformation. So the transformation on this guy, first what you're going to do is take the hose out, and you're going to want to disengage the backpack and bring that up. I would suggest also opening the backpack. So you can honestly just let it sit and lay down, but you're going to want to straighten the arms out. Bring them up on the first hinge, and then the second. Oh wait, actually I missed a step. My bad. You're going to take the head from the back here, pull it down so it untabs the head, and then pull the chest down. What you're gonna do is put the head down into his chest cavity, and then close it back up. And then bring the arms up. Make sure they're both straight with each other, like that. And now you're gonna bring, make sure it's a little crooked. Now you're gonna bring this up. Oh, and let me angle my camera up here. And a little tall. Then you're going to feed this through the arms this way. Close the arms back up like that. And then they will just rest in there. They don't tab in anywhere, but you'll just have them rest in there, and you'll just bring this piece over, then lock it into place. And that creates that part. So going back down for the legs. Now for the legs, what you're gonna do is going to open the panel, this panel on the side of his leg like that, bring it up, then you're gonna accordion the leg in like this, and that'll accordion in. Actually, oh, I missed a step again. I'm sorry. You're gonna want to swivel his thigh first, and then accordion it in, so that way his knee goes into that groove right there on his butt. And then you're gonna do the same side. Oh, I'll bring the camera down a little bit. And you're gonna do the same for the other side. Like that, swivel the knee, accordion up, make sure the knee's in the grooves. Then we're gonna do is bring the legs together until they click in. Snap these two halves in here, and then there's a slot right there that this peg is gonna go into on his stomach. And that tabs in right there. And now you can put the hose wherever you want. There's a lot of ports you can put in. I like to put it on the top. But this is his secret mode, which is his gun mode. Now, a lot of G1 fans will like this because this is his original mode that he had before they banned the idea of making robots into guns. Because, you know, guns bad. Guns are bad. Not actually, but, you know, guns don't kill people, people kill people. But, yeah. They don't make gun transformers anymore, and when they do, it's a laser gun, or it's, you know, some really goofy thing that doesn't look like a gun. But Hasbro did a really good job of trying to, you know, give it this secret mode just so, you know, some people could, you know, be really happy with it. It's a really good compromise. It kind of even has like a sight there too, which is cool. And I know there's an upgrade kit I think you can get for this where, you know, adds better parts to it, but yeah. So this is his secret mode. Now the actual mode that they basically tell you to do is, I'm just gonna unpeg the tube for this, but oh, it's a little stuck. He has landing gear here, so I'll pull out the landing gear first. He has landing gear there. Yeah, that's the only landing gear he has. So basically his alt mode is the gun mode flipped up like this, flipped upside down. Then there's these parts on the back here of the handle that act like fins. So I mean, guess you could call this a mode too, like a submarine kind of thing, or torpedo, which is pretty weird. But you know, he has like also great light piping there too. You take those miscellaneous weird pieces, and you take those and you put them back on. So this part just fits in there like that. Same deal, peg them in to the backpack, like that, like so. And these pieces, you want to make sure these pieces come up and unpegged. Then these lock into each other. And there's these tabs on the side of these that go in there, into those slots. So you're gonna tab those pieces in on both sides. seems maybe a little difficult. Am I getting it right? Come on, get in there. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a difficult time getting this one in. There we go. Then these pieces just come in, and you clip those in place too. Now here is a submarine with little guns. And if you flip around, it can still be the gun, just with a bigger barrel. So you can like fully customize this thing. Here's the time where you maybe just want to plug the tube into the handle part. Just to keep the tube on there, and you can plug it in here too if you want. Now bringing in these pieces tells you to somehow. Oh, yeah. There's a little notch right there that'll go into that tab right like that, and it'll just sit there like that. And then you do the same for the other one. Get the notch in, tab it in. Then with these pieces, you can, there's a hole right here and a peg right there. So there's also a little thing right there that plugs into. So you plug those in like that. It makes that piece. You bring it over here, and there's a tab and a slot, and a peg and a hole there that you just plug into the side of the leg. Do the same thing for the other one. Make sure it's plugged in. Then you can put those on. And then here you have a Cybertronian warship, is all I can really call it. It's really just what we really know it is. A gun. But you can't have guns. You can't have guns. So it's a spaceship. Yay. A Cybertronian spaceship thingy. Kind of reminds me of the weird mode that they try to get for the studio series Bumblebee movie Soundwave. Like, it works, but it also kind of doesn't. It's pretty wacky, but it's cool. It's not too bad. I'd say it's more worth $30 than just 50. 50 is way too much for something like this. Way too much. But yeah, it's not too bad. It has landing gear at the bottom too that you can also put back if you want. It's a little stuck there. You can put the landing gear back. There really isn't much. It's pretty much whatever you want it to be. You can customize it any way you want. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's not too bad. So some final thoughts and size comparisons with the Transformers Siege Shockwave. Here he is next to Botshot's Shockwave. Remember Botshots? Yeah, neither do I. Here he is next to Earthrise Starscream, which I'll be doing a review on. I don't know about next, or I'm not too sure yet. I'll probably let people vote on it. But there is Earthrise Starscream. And here he is with his. I already have it pre-posed, but here he is with Studio Series Shockwave. This is my custom one that I did up. So there he is with Studio Series Shockwave. See, now this is a leader. This is a leader class in Studio Series. That's a Voyager in the main line. It's a little, yeah, you can really see the height difference. Even then, I still think this is a Voyager, because it only came with two. It only came with like Wheelie and Brains, and they were like really small, like small. like no bigger than Shockwave's foot. And it came with like a parachute guy, and that was it. But yeah, there's a comparison with the Michael Bay Shockwave. And here's a comparison with a Marvel Legends figure. I have all my figures like posed up and on display, so probably should be more prepared, but you know, we're going with it. So here he is with Marvel Legends, technically MCU now, Deadpool. It's basically 6-inch scale, or maybe a little taller than 6 inches, maybe like 6.2, counting the backpack. Yeah, that's how he scales up with the Marvel Legends. Now, some final thoughts. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. I really do like it. I will never get rid of this figure. I absolutely love it. And I recommend you get it. If you don't have it, that's cool, you don't need it. But if you don't have it and are interested, I would totally recommend buying it. It's amazing. So that pretty much ends the review, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.